Johnny and the Hatter.
Good morning. It's your favorite shock jocks coming at you. One on the East Coast, one on the West Coast. One's got energy. The other one's a pile of sad boy sleepy times. So what do you got to say this morning, Mr. Mad Hatter?
Am I the one with the energy, and you're the sad boy sleepy time, or what?
Very obviously, yeah.
Very obviously. Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to what are we calling it? What's the Hatter and
We don't know yet.
Johnny and Hatter? What's I don't even know the name. What's the name?
We don't know. We've had a lot of people commenting and saying things. I think they seem to love the mad nostalgia. Seems to be the top of the charts there.
Well, you know what? You know which one was popular. I don't know if you like it, Johnny. It was Mad Hatter plus one. I think that was one that I remember a lot of people got a lot of hype for that one. I don't know how.
Now
I don't know
that
how
you
feel.
mention it, it does sound very familiar. Yes. Yeah, I think that one is pretty good. Because I'm the plus one.
You are the plus one.
So hey, we got some people hanging out in the chat, not only on my live stream, believe it or not, but you, I think, have a couple people over on your stream.
Just a couple of people.
In fact, you have 31 and I have 21. So
okay, but
More
for a
people over there.
total of
55.
55.
Because there's 3 people on Twitter, which I never really understand what happens on Twitter because the numbers, there's a lot of bots over there. Anywho, welcome everybody. We're here. We're doing it. We got Controversial Toys is at work, but he's hanging out. He's going to watch what he can. We got the Tea Party unboxing the madness. So we're spilling the tea, as they say these days.
Right. We're spilling tea. That's right.
And then the Bushman is inflating numbers here because he's on your channel and on my channel. So I don't really know what that means.
Nothing wrong with that, right?
Maybe. Then we got Chinovo says, wow, I'm up this early. Cheers to the both of you. Wow.
Cheers.
What's early for you? Because for me, it's 9 a.m. Where are you at, Chinovo? And we got RG17, Heroes and Villains, Toy Stalker. We have a physical, we have a store.
Yeah, we have a store in the chat. A whole store is watching us right now.
Sean He, and a lot of these people are on your channel. But it doesn't tell you that down here. It tells me that over there.
So what are we going to start differentiating who's in what channel? Is that going to be a game here?
It's disgusting. Louis for you. Thanos is for you. I was bored is for me. RC's for you. Okay, and now I'm over this. But I do like this. This is a great start. I might not have as many numbers, but I have this many more dollars. Thanks to I Am the Starman.
What? No.
The Holothon? Question mark? With the $9.99. Thank you so much. That's a great way to get this morning started. And I wish I could just I would take that money from right here, boop, and then I would pay for a coffee and drink it right now.
I know I could have used that coffee money, you son of a yeah.
You could maybe you could afford a DoorDash. Probably not in LA. I'm sure it's
probably not. But you know what, Johnny? It doesn't matter because Starman's right here. But I thought it was every Friday with the super chat. Thank you, sir. Making sure I get the coffees. Okay. You're not that special now, pal. Okay.
No, I'm not. I was thought of first though.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Bootcat's watching in stereo. So I guess, the Mezco Turtles, that is definitely a topic for today. But the main thing of this video is to listen to your all's voicemails. Now, here's the thing. When I posted about it, I had a little bit of information. It was like, we're not going to be able to get all of them, most likely. The first few hours, we didn't get any voicemails, and I was like, oh no. Nobody wants to talk on the phone. And then they came flooded in over that rest of that day and then last couple days. So we have way more than we can actually talk about or listen to today. So even though today's episode, it's just something that we'll have to figure out what this does. If this is a fun stream, then maybe we'll do more of them for future streams.
Although, Johnny, if it was me, I would have lied and just said that we had thousands of voicemails. Like we were so overwhelmed. Like
that's why nobody trusts you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's true also.
Yeah. So,
Um,
because apparently, according to you, you have a ripped, muscular body.
I do. Can't you tell?
Seen it. Dad bod at best. We've got way too many to go over, but we have a lot still to talk about today. So we'll make sure that we do that. And then I had some, like, there weren't really any rules. It was just ask us whatever you want kind of thing. And then if you have any suggestions or whatever for this stream or either of our channels, but keep it short and simple. It was like, here's the key to get on. Keep it short and simple. We got quite a few that were over a minute and then a handful that were over 2 minutes. So do you think that the 2-minute ones made it? I did listen to all of them, but the 2-minute ones were plucked and thrown into a basket on the other side of the room that maybe we'll listen to one day. But yeah, tips to get on, just keep it short and simple because, you know, it's nice to listen to 2 minutes of what you think, but
or don't, or give us or you know, maybe give us like a 5-minute voicemail is what Johnny. If you read between the lines, that's kind of what he's saying.
Exactly. 2 minutes, way too long. 5 minutes. Now we're starting to get where you are allowing us to not have to work for the show. So the more,
that's right.
You got a 30-minute one, great. Now the two of us can go take a break, and your voicemail is now 30 minutes of the show.
That's true. Johnny, Jeff White is saying that you've gotten to Hollywood. I don't know if that's
I don't think I can go to Hollywood.
Oh, that's true. I mean, Johnny is he's kind of a movie star. Let's go through some more chats here, buddy. Morning, boys. By the way, a lot of concern that I've gotten on some of my videos. Not homeless. Some people think, you know, if you grow your beard out, that, you know, maybe you're having some kind of problems, or like, do we need to get you some help? No, you know, just something, just trying something. You know, sometimes you try something new, right, John? You know,
it's just another sign of an addict.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, sure. I mean, I'm an addict. I am an addict.
We all are.
It's known. Hey, Toys, I have a customer will be interesting soon. There you go. Riley Bob right here. Johnny sounds mad that Hatters is in peak. Yeah, I know. What first of all, how did you decide that I'm not ripped? Okay. If I stand up right now, you're gonna go crazy. All right.
Okay. Well, stand up.
Well, no, my cat is on my lap. Physique. Hold on, John. Super chat right here from Greg Goman. Okay. Hatter, if I make a legit Flipper cosplay, will you gift me your animated Mezco set? I missed it again. I do want Flipper cosplay. I mean, John, would you do that deal? First of all, thank you, Greg, for the $9.99. Okay. But
well, we got to see the cosplay first. We don't know your talents, Greg.
Greg, is it possible to see like kind of like a sketch of what you're thinking, maybe?
Yeah, or previous cosplay to see if you have the skills that will pay the bills.
Previous cosplay is good too. Because I bought 20 of those sets, so I'm good to, you know, give them out. You know what I mean? I'm rolling that way.
Smart.
But yes. Thank you, sir. Let's go through just a few more of these sexy things. Arturo Castillo got my email. The Rogue Limited Edition is shipped. Yes.
Me too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's right. You ordered it.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Okay.
So for anybody that is missing out or going to feel the FOMO of Rogue, you can still order her on Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store, probably Toy Stalker, Nerdzoic, I'm guessing. It's just the regular version, not the exclusive one. But
there you go. No Sentinel base. Best Wolverine action. All right, John. What do you want to do? Okay, because I know you get very antsy when you don't do the thing you want to fucking do. Okay, I'm already feeling your panic. Okay, you're starting to get a little snippy. I don't know if I like it. By the way, this is the first, technically the first. Is this the first episode of like the official? Because we were doing holothons for the longest time because I thought every Friday was the holothon. Okay. Yeah. And then we were like, hey, let's team up. Let's form, you know, let's become you know, a regular thing. So this is the we got to acknowledge this is like now like the first I don't know, thing. So, you know, we gotta, I don't know, we need some fanfare, I think, no?
We'll find out. Maybe at the end of this whole live stream, this will be the worst thing we've ever done.
I mean, but you say that before every time we stream.
Yeah, and I'm always proven right.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
all right.
Great question. But before we get into the voicemails, we should probably talk about some things that people care about. Ugh, people. You know what I mean? Who cares what people think? We have Mezco Toys Turtles. These
What?
If it's this, I'm gonna here's my opinion. I hate these things. I hate them. I hate the whole set. I hate the crap lack of accessories and the eyeballs, which are dumb. And then like this head's good. The rest I hate is poopy. But this super highly textured body with these semi-textured heads, like these are less textured than the regular ones, but they didn't adjust the body to match that unless they show up looking different. But according to people chatting with them, these are in stock items. They're not, oh, you'll get them in 2 years or whatever. These will ship out soon. So this is what they look like.
These are in stocked items. But like all things Mezco, you got to see them in hand. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, there was a lot of people that were poo-pooing the first Mezco set, and then in hand, it was a whole different story. Okay. So I don't know, Johnny, if I agree with your whole rush to judgment. All right. I think you got to just fucking relax a little bit and just wait until we start seeing these in hand, because if I do remember when Bushman sent me the images of the heads,
right,
the heads are textured too. Now,
right.
I don't know to what degree they're textured, but what I do like about these is they have, so NECA has their own cartoon thing, but these are almost like that Steve Levine. Now I'm remembering the artist because somebody reminded me, like that Steve Levine style of art. So it's almost like a different cartoon. That being said, you might get them in hand and they might suck. I don't know. It's very, very tough to say right now. By the way, I think Greg was asking how he gets a picture of his cosplay. You guys can always DM us on Instagram. I'm slow on the DMs, but I pretty much check all my DMs. So FYI, unless Johnny, you have another way.
Nope, that's ideal. Any social media platform, really.
So I think that, I don't know, man. I'm having these flashbacks from the first Mezco set where people were just going off pictures and they're like, this is the worst thing there is in life, ever in life. And then it came out and then it's like, all right, I'll pay $700 for the thing. Now, again, history does not have to repeat itself, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, I hope for the people that get them that they are awesome. It's something about the eyes being centered, I guess, versus being locked to the.
I will say
head.
I don't like those two faces that you see on Donatello. Can you go to the one with the faces, the picture with the faces? I'm going to give you my breakdown, Johnny, an exclusive Hatter exclusive breakdown of my favorite heads.
Not based on the review recap video you made.
Yeah, but I didn't. I don't know. Did I?
Yeah, you talked.
So I like. All right, here's what I like in Leonardo. I like. Yeah, I don't like that top right head. It's too much. But I like. I like the two on the left. I think I like the leftist the most. Okay. Raphael. I pretty much like all the Raphael heads. I think Raphael has the best heads. Okay. Michelangelo left and right also. I think I'm gonna be between those, and then Donatello for me are the two on the left. That's because I want, and I also like that the belts have like the black with the yellow. So it has like that cartoony style. So I'm gonna see. Look, I committed. They might suck. I'm not afraid to say if they suck because Mezco's not giving me shit. You know what I mean? I'm fine. And if they suck, I'm just gonna sell them. I don't need to keep them.
This reminds me of the head that sometimes comes with some of the anime figures that make it real questionable. It's like what he does machines. I think they leaned into that way too much. And then this is like when he sees the machine he's about to do.
He's thinking naughty thoughts.
Oh yeah. Nasty. Just the photography we're gonna get from those heads alone is gonna be
yeah. I will say this.
Getting the side eye from Mikey. Nasty.
You nasty boy. I will say that Mezco should be careful to not dip into this like variant pool too often because you can get burnout after and I know. Look, the 4-pack. When did the original 4-pack go on sale? It was last year, right? But like, I don't remember when. But these are very expensive, and so they tend to. It's not like a variant for like $20. So they tend to. People remember this. So I think if they go back to this well too many times, I don't know. It might start. They're just going to burn out the bit.
Yeah.
All so that being.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. You were gonna.
No. I'm just saying that. All that being said, the accessories pretty much fucking suck.
Yes.
Okay. They like if they
could have just left the same accessories in there.
I don't get it. Why not leave the same dude? Or if they have 4 trench coats, I guarantee you, like the 4 but look, I guess they sold out, right? Like so. I guess
because of FOMO with a lot of people too.
Yeah. FOMO was a big
and they're not
deal.
Pre-orders, so they're pre-made, so they only had a certain number.
Yeah, that's true. But if these came with if these came with 4 trench coats, it would be wildly successful. I like maybe it's wildly successful now, but it would be more successful-ish, even more. Okay, moving forward. Because let's face it, a lot of these accessories, this is like filler shit, man. Like
to make it look like.
How many of these do you need?
This is so stupid. This is my least favorite toy out of the Playmates or weapon from the Playmates were these things.
Yeah.
This is nice.
Yeah, the effects are cool.
Yeah, super frustrating to see some of those things, but it's like the trench coats, any soft goods, that's like their whole thing. Mezco does soft goods. And then here, no, not today. But I think the reason why the last ones were so good and why I like them even a little bit is because they are a combination of all the versions of the Ninja Turtles. You saw comic-inspired, movie-inspired, cartoon-inspired bits, Playmates-inspired bits. And then here, you're just getting this like, well, the heads are kind of inspired by Steve's artwork. And then the bodies are the same. So there's not really a combination of things. Now it's just this weird new thing that kind of has the face of something else. And then the texture doesn't match, but whatever. I'll shut up because I'm sure I made a lot of people mad about my opinions.
I don't think you made anybody mad, but those trench coats.
I'll keep talking about it until I do. But this, I wanted to say, we talked a little bit about it. This is shipping now. I think some people have already gotten it, but I did get confirmation of DHL shipping, so who knows how long that will take. But this exclusive version, you'll be seeing soon. Hopefully, I'll be the first to review it because screw all the other channels. You know what I mean?
Hopefully, no. I'm sort of in the middle of the move, so my reviews are gonna slow down.
Okay? Good. Now is my time. So if you want to get Rogue, you can still pre-order her. It'll be free shipping here. It'll be $4 shipping on Big Bad Toy Store. I'm sure Toy Stalker's got it, so you can use code HouseHatter.
Toy Stalker's got the best price, by the way. Just
right, especially if you use code HouseHatter, you're gonna save money. Right? So do that, but it's gonna be this version. So these are the accessories you get in there. You don't get the Sentinel base and the alternate head, but still great, and it's cheaper than this one. This was $235, I think. Yeah, $235.
I have a question since okay. if I were to rogue power you, Johnny, would my videos be edited better? Like, would I have better production like what would be the power that I get from you? I would think, like, if I touched your face,
Yeah.
and I just sucked all your fucking powers out, yeah, I think, yeah, I'd probably have production value, but maybe I'd have like your quirkiness too. Like, would I start getting quirky, like, in my videos, or like how much of that do I adapt, and how much do I retain of me,
Well, you also get all my memories, or at least flashes of my memory. So first of all, I'm very sorry for some of the things you're going to see.
Oh, great. Oh my
And
God, I don't want
maybe we need to plan some kind of therapy session after this. But power wise, yeah, I think you'd actually have some passion to put into the work that you're making people watch. Is one way. So that's the way some people would say it. It's
I
like
see.
you would
That's a
actually
very
care to
passive
give
aggressive.
people.
That's a very passive aggressive way of saying that. I
Well,
don't
that is
have
also a
passion.
power you'd get.
What, being
Really good
passive-aggressive?
passive aggressive statements to your friends.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that. Um,
So absorb at your own risk.
yeah, that's right. Will I have a Kofi store if I get your powers?
Wow, that's great. That's a great question. It says you already are a talented artist. Maybe it would be you're gonna put the effort into giving more things to the people besides Flipboard and Flipboard art. What does that mean? Well, I can make this or I can make that, and you can let people enjoy the things that you enjoy, and they can take a little bit of something home.
Right.
Like your
Yeah.
flipper. Listen, your Flipboard, not flipper. Sorry,
Yeah.
Flipboard
Can you get the
artwork.
fucking point right?
Well, you haven't talked about it in 2 days, so I've forgotten. But your artwork is fantastic, and more people need to see that. I know. I enjoy it.
Yeah, you're
For
gonna be
that.
seeing that art, because we're cooking up something special with that art, and you personally are also cooking up something special with that art. Well,
That's
soon to
exactly
be.
right. That's right.
Yes. There you go.
And for anybody that is wondering, I mean, you already know, but this is my Ko-fi store. There's still stuff available. If you got any of the turtle vans, you can get window sets for those things, so you can make them look. And there's different styles in there. So when you click on that, you'll see that there's other styles. So you can get one of those 3. So if you want a Playmates style or just some modern kind of tune look, you can do that. And I do actually have some apartment inserts still available. Because we hit the over 50 mark when I needed to pre-order those things, I went ahead and kind of stacked some extras for people. But hey, listen, enough about me. Let's talk about you. Joey said, here's $1.99. And then you read it.
He said, "Here's some tzedakah for the beard. Shabbat shalom, MF." Okay, tzedakah is like it's kind of like charity. it's it's a Hebrew word. But yes, thank you, Joey Shalom, for the 190. I'll take that. I can buy. What can I buy in LA for 199? I don't know. I guess you can't really buy it. Even if I go to a 7-Eleven with a $1.99, I'm not sure anymore that I could get anything. Like, that's fucked up. We live in a fucked up world where I might be able to get some sour candy. You know what I mean? Like, why is everything so expensive? Anyway, it's Jay Gonzo. Is this for you or for me? Which one is it, buddy? I'm all right. All right. Thank you, sweetie pie. Good morning. Oh, it's Jay Gonzo. Good morning, gents. Hit the like, everyone. Yes, I agree. You got to hit the like. Johnny's seething over there. I don't know if you guys noticed.
Yeah.
There's like a subtle thing that's happening with Johnny nostalgia. You know what I mean? He's
I'm just thankful that I have a stress ball on the desk here, so keep me a little.
You
You
should be thankful for that, and thankful that you have. What are you up to? Like 70K subscribers? What's your subscriber count?
I can't even keep count anymore.
Okay.
So Jay Gonzo, awesome. Yes, as you can see, served, a veteran, and he connected with Nerd Urbanity, which is a toy store that I promote, that I love. Great dude, veteran-owned business. So those two were chatting. I don't know if Jay Gonzo picked anything up. Doesn't matter. That's not what's important. But I was talking about Mafex figures a lot, so I assume it would probably be something like that. Anyway, then we got TMNT 1987. Says parade float Mezco turtles are not it. The fact that everything but the odd heads are the same body texture, exaggerated bodies wise, man, I'm out on it. I definitely did like the OG ones. First of all, thank you for the $10, and you rounded up instead of $9.99. You said, "Hey, Greg, how about 10 even?" But Jay here, he is obsessed with those first run Mezco turtles. Like, he loves those things. He could not shut up about it. And then sometimes I'd have to just mute his text messages because I'm like, shut up.
Wow.
Just
it got fucking dark.
But yeah, so he loves those things. So it is interesting to see that. But I wonder if he would get the new ones in his hands and then be like, you know what? But he liked the originals before he got them. I thought they were ugly before anybody got them because of the textures. But, you know, what do I know? I'm a total idiot. Nobody should even listen to me.
You're very texture specific, I notice. Like, you're very...
I like textures.
Yeah. No, I noticed that. Okay.
Let's get into it. I don't want to hear from you. I want to hear from the people. Okay, so let's just start. I don't remember. In chat, let us know if the audio of the voice messages come through, or if it's too loud and it hurts your baby ears. Like me when I talk in my videos. Can I adjust my own volume? Well, right now, we both can. So let me know. It's maxed out. Here's number 1.
Good morning, Mr. Hatter, Mr. Nostalgia. First time, long time. My question is simple. I just thought it was every Friday, the holothon. Thank you.
Well, that's a perfect... That's oh man, this is gonna be it's gonna be a long stream, boy.
So I don't know.
Yes, thank you, caller, for your voicemail. Yes, indeed, your thought is correct that every Friday is the holothon. Okay, I guess, sure. I mean, technically, holothon is over. All right, but you are incorrect. You are correct in that you thought every Friday was the holothon. So who's to say? Like, you can't be wrong thinking that, but you are wrong factually. So there you go. That's the first. What a way to kick it off with that high energy, amazing voice.
So we got Needles down here.
Needles, what?
This is I guess this is technically now a sponsored comment, because he paid $5, thank you, to tell us about the Bull Airs Pizza Boys today at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, expensing this $5 out on the company card. Thanks, Hatter, for all your support. Even though he paid the $5 on my channel, that's fine.
Needles paid $5 to Johnny, and Johnny had nothing to do with that. I love the Hatter, the Pizza Boys, and I went to bat. I made a video about the Pizza Boys, and then look at that, Johnny gets the $5. Check that out. All right, now he's $5 richer because of my love for the Pizza Boy shoes. By the way, there's only 50 of those. They're gonna fucking sell out. They're amazing shoes. That company does amazing shit. I'm just saying.
Yep. And for anybody that doesn't know, we're streaming on both channels, by the way. So you can, as of right now, it seems like people only think you're streaming and they're not going to their favorite channel to watch it. Just want to say that.
Right. Yeah.
Just in case you prefer one or the other, we're both streaming, so you can, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? My microphone smells minty.
I don't get it.
I'm just saying it smells mint. There's nothing to get. That's a fucking fact. Anyway, Ski Rabbit right here. Congrats on your working thumb. I took the brace off. I still technically have mommy thumb because when I pick up my kid, it still kind of hurts just a little bit. Somebody said, like 5 people were like, dude, you got mommy thumb. You got to get a steroid shot. I brought it up to my doctor. I said, hey, you got me putting this cream on. I don't think it's working. Can I just get a steroid shot? He's like, oh, we're not there yet. the fuck does that mean? Just give me the thing. Like, why do we have to play these games, fucking doctor? Anyway, that voicemail was a doozy, John. I just want to recap that. I'm terrified of like having this become a thing because I don't know. When I heard that person's voice, it scared me. Like I just started getting like there's a little stalkery. There's a little, there's something ominous in that man's tone. But I think we should just keep going.
Yeah, I mean, some would have pointed out that he called me nostalgia. So
I did like that he called you nostalgia.
I don't know how to take that.
Yeah.
Voicemail number 2 coming at you now.
The Mezco TMNT seems like a quick cash grab to me. Same body styles from the knife set, same accessories, even nice accessories at that. What are your thoughts?
Okay, that one was not as terrifying. This is
yeah, and we kind of talked about it a little bit.
Yeah.
But I would say, since we did talk about it, let's focus. Do you feel like it's a cash grab?
Yeah. Well, shouldn't the voicemail guy know that we already talked about it? Like it's kind of rude just fucking leaving that voicemail as if we didn't say shit. No.
He's a time traveler.
Yeah. Is it a cash grab? Yes, 100%. It's 100% a cash grab. Yes, it is. Okay. Do I like them? Yes, I do. But yeah, it's a cash grab, man. It's
and it's a business. So it's one of those things where, like, if you release that as a business and then you saw a lot of people commenting, oh, I'd love if they did a cartoon. If you started seeing that, which I think, honestly, they were already way ahead on this, but they may have been seeing these comments during the pre-order window. It's a smart business move because not only hey, let's just make some extra money and reuse a bunch of stuff and not give them any accessories worth a damn. There's also people want this, so let's give the people what they want. But this wasn't our goal, so let's just limit how many we make.
Right. Also, every company does this.
Right.
So sure, it's a cash grab, but like
it's business.
It's a business. Hey, did I tell you what I was thinking that I want to do for I guess this is an exclusive for Wave 2, like a flip board, because you got to do something. You got to do like I want to do new characters, but people are in my ear telling me like you got to have like at least one other kind of flip board. You know what I mean? Like it's just that's not like the rest. But a new sculpt. You know what I mean? Like meaning like not like the same thing. I wanted to do one called a cash grab flip board. And he's just like got like giant grabbing hands and maybe like other mechanism hands, like just grabbing all kinds of cash. But like, I want like, I don't know if you know like Terror Claws Skeletor, but it's kind of like that idea, like maybe with a new mechanism. But this guy's all about like tons of hands or big hands that just grab shit. But like, I have this dream of like being able to call him Cash Grab Flipboard, and that to me, it's like in a meta way was just funny to me.
That is really funny. It is a good idea. If you don't want to just reuse stuff, and I mean that's what's kind of funny too about it. But maybe people are less likely to buy because it's like, but it is also still the same buck or whatever. You could use make him look like some kind of business guy, right? Like, he's in a suit or whatever. He represents a corporation, so he can be a different character.
Oh, so he's like he gets okay. I can roll with something like that. Like maybe he gets taken because he likes cash, but maybe Cash Grab Flipboard, it takes it to another level, like where it's just like, now he's like obsessed with getting cash. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. There's something, and I want him to come, but I do want him to come with cash and just be. That to me would just be so funny because people use that term so often.
Yeah.
Cash grab. But I was just like in the same vein that like Thunder Punch He-Man and Battle, it's like you get He-Man, but he's got different shit on. I want to kind of like take the piss out of that sort of like idea, but just like just him grabbing lots of fucking cash would just be funny to me.
Yeah, I agree. It is funny. You have good ideas. Okay. Now, since I'm managing the voicemails, I need you to go through the comments. So if there's any,
all right, go. I'm Johnny. Say no more. I'm going to go through some of these comments right here. Here we go. So we did have a super chat right here. Okay. Robert Kelly, OG Mezco looks way better in stylized, especially with Donnie not getting an angry face. I think that this will be. I will say this too. In hand, I think it might change some minds. However, it's never going to be as good as that first set. That first set, I will say, is going to be a lot of people's toy of the year. I think it's going to be mine. So yeah. Ben Carter, $10 super chat right here. I love that you guys have such different personalities, yet somehow have awesome chemistry. Enjoy the Friday morning live stream. Hope you keep doing them post-Holothon. Well, first of all, Ben, thank you for the super chat, okay? Johnny and I, not only do we have different personalities, off camera or off whatever, we actually do hate each other. That's something that people don't know. Like, we vehemently dislike each other, but somehow we decided our chemistry is so good, we just have to put that aside.
Yeah, more like an odd couple kind of deal.
Yeah, an odd couple. Yes. Yeah, we are a very kind of like odd couple. And by the way, the hate goes, it's 90% on John. I love Johnny, but I just can't get him to like me. You know what I mean? And I've tried. But let's do a few more of these. And John, just cut in whenever you want.
Okay, voicemail number 3.
Hey, Mad Hatter, Johnny Nostalgia. This is Steve Wegling. Hopefully you are all doing well. Question. Will the Hatterites and their sweetie pies ever fly to peace? No, really. Real question. Out of the 4 action figure option boxes that I give you, which ones are your favorite? The Ultimate style with the window box with the slipcase, the carded that comes in a mailer box, or the retro carded thick? Thanks for hopefully taking my call at a different time. Peace out to the community.
I like that one. That would,
yeah.
First of all, Steve is long time. I don't know if does he jump on a Johnny channel? I think he does, but long time supporter since really the beginning. So it's cool to hear his voice. This is actually, it being completely serious, it's actually really neat to hear people's voices that I've seen their names, and to me in their heads, you know, for some reason I thought Steve was like was more, when I thought of Steve in my head, I thought it was like aristocratic British, but there you go. Now I know it's not, but and I do like his question, so I'm gonna throw it to you, Johnny, to answer first, since you played him. You're the keeper of the flame here with the voicemails.
Well, thank you. I think if I had to limit myself to a style, it's probably retro card back because of all the nostalgia.
Retro card back. Okay.
You know, you're seeing it a lot with the Marvel Legends. You see it a lot with like the new animated Spider-Man is going this route. You still get randomly some X-Men on those. And I think that's just because you get artwork front and center, which is always a blast. And then you have that feel of, you know, being a kid again.
Yeah.
But they're harder to, you know, open and put back.
Oh, you know what? I gotta be lame and just say the same thing. Like I'm a sucker for like retro. That's why I made like the Flipboard thing that way. Like I'm a sucker for like having something that you can like put on a wall, and it's got the blister pack and everything. I just like how that displays.
Yeah.
I don't know. They just display really well. I like a card back with art. Not that you can't have that like on a box, but like, I don't know, just something about that. That's something that really is defined in our like generation, is like a card back with like a blister. That's something that like ancient, you know, aliens or in the future can like be like, that is a thing that represents like 80s, 90s toys, is that retro card with like a blister. So I got to go with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also second place would be this style, whatever you would technically call this.
Yeah, like box, like just like a box
Yeah,
art.
because you get beautiful artwork, or some brands might do a photo or something, but you get incredible artwork. Here it is more of Savage Crucible versus the figure on the inside, which
Right.
I like when brands are doing the specific figure. But for a smaller company like this, that's a lot of work. So because
Yeah.
this is a fun experience too. You get a lot out of it. Obviously, the package has more opportunities because of the flap or whatever, and the way you can add accessories. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. I like that too. Yeah, it's almost it's like a storybook. You just open it up and it's like you're getting a story, just like the story from Needles right here, who gave the $5 super chat, coming over to the right channel, the best channel, the greatest channel, to make sure my $5 makes it to the Ma himself. I guess he means the man. Okay.
well, because you got mommy thumb.
I do have mommy thumb, so I'll take that too. Thank you, Needles. Thank you. Checks in the mail, right? Wink. Ah.
Any comments that I care about?
You do have right. You got. Let's. You got a team nostalgia from David Ricardo. Okay, all right. Although it's pronounced nostalgia. Okay.
That's right.
You got who's getting a Legend of Zelda? Proplica Master Sword. I never even saw that. I got to take a look at that because I'm repping the Legend of Zelda right here.
I pre-ordered the Figma.
Oh my
figure.
god, that Figma looks so. Dude, they just released a video, 360 video of that Figma. It fucking looks great, man. You got Moscato Bot right here, our buddy, our
My
friend.
boy.
Quip, I love that. It's an alter ego. Giancarlo Nostaglia. Giancarlo Nostaglia.
Giancarlo.
Giancarlo, sorry.
Yeah, it's the actor. Despacito, right?
Yeah. You know, there's more than one human on the earth with that name, right?
Right, but how to say the name?
Oh, that's right. You got Doozer the Loser right here. Hey, Hatter, I heard you have Megan Fox thumbs. It's where the nail is unusually small, and then he misspelled unusually. By the way, I know this guy IRL. He's not all that, but here's one thing. That's not he does look like that. Like he has that face. Like he looks exactly like one of those Fraggle Rock dozers. Just FYI. All figures are cash grabs right here. Here's one that you're gonna like, Johnny. Toy Company trying to maximize profit. Almost never heard of that before. Not that one so much, but this one right here, because it's for you. I am the Starman 199. Johnny, take it away.
What game gave you guys mommy thumbs?
Wait, but I'm the one with you get the super chat.
Yeah, I don't have mommy thumbs, but what game would it be? Well, if you rewound a few years ago, it would have been Breath of the Wild for sure.
Breath of the Wild was big for me, dude. I did so. By the way, we discussed, just so it doesn't get lost, we discussed maybe playing some video games on these lives, like just like fucking around and like maybe playing like Shredder's Revenge or doing something. We're gonna figure that out in case anybody wants to see us, somebody do real well and another guy getting trashed. So that's something we're going to do. But Breath of the Wild is a good one because I when I say I finished Breath of the Wild, I finished Breath of the Wild. I fucking fought those lions. I went into that elite mode, which that's where I stopped. I went into that elite mode, and then I fucking just got tired of that because I was just getting my ass kicked by those lion guys. But that was
more
fun.
recent thing that took up a lot of my time.
Oh, and you got a figure from Elden Ring. Is there really okay? Here's the thing about Elden Ring. I hear some people are like, this is the greatest game ever. And then I hear other people say, if you want a game that feels like it's a second job, then you play Elden Ring. And so I'm like on the fence to even like dive. Not that I have the time right now, but I'm on the fence to even dive into that game.
Well, DLC comes out in June, later in June, which we've all been highly anticipating. This game, you could play 100 hours easy and have so much fun, but it's incredibly hard. So if you've ever played Demon Souls, Dark Souls, any of those games, they are very, very hard games. However, with this one, if you just can't get through an area, you just go somewhere else, explore, level up, find some stuff, and then go back to that other spot. Where Dark Souls and things is really you just have to just do better to get through it. So it's a combination of all that stuff, but like Breath of the Wild, where you can just explore, find stuff, do whatever you want. It's so good.
Okay. What do you have it on PS5?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'll dive in. I gotta give it. I want to get into something new, but I also don't want to like. Those are tough. Those games where they make you master the game to beat it. Like, you know, it was like that. Cuphead. I don't know if you went through that game, but Cuphead, you had to fucking become an expert on every boss to beat that boss. You couldn't just kind of float by with like a few lucky strikes. Like they'd be like, no, like you're gonna know everything this boss does and all his moves and the timing and the sequence. And then once you get it, it's so funny. Like once you beat a boss, for me at least, it's like Dragon Ball Z. I can always just beat that boss. Like it's like I got it. But it's like just to get there, it's like, you know, once you know how, it's just that learning curve of like, and sometimes it's frustrating. Sometimes it's frustrating knowing that I'm going to go into a boss fight and there's no way I can just beat it the first time. I'm just going to have to figure his shit out, because to me that now it becomes like I gotta learn. I just sometimes I just want to get in and have like not an easier time, but like I don't know, not such a high level, but I don't know. Well, I'll check that game out.
Yeah, if you like to put yourself through misery like that, then Elden Ring is for you.
Yeah, I might like that. After seeing Mr. Home Arcade from Vex and Toys, cringe review, are you worried that he's going to have a Flipboard due? You know what? If he pays for Flipboard, which he did, he can have him. You know, if he wants to do sexy time with that figure, who am I, you know, to stop him? Who am I to judge him? He's a sweet boy. But yeah, you got this one, Johnny, right here. Well, that case there's a better head on it though. But this one right here for you, buddy. Go ahead and read it.
Thank you, Square Rabbit 1. Just here to complain about my daughter's $3,800 dentist bill for wisdom teeth. Good God. I can't afford therapy, so posting it here for Rich Johnny's take.
Oof,
Holy smokes. For wisdom teeth? Is there like no dental insurance or something? Because I had 2 removed and it was out of network. But I also chose to just do it at my dentist's office and not have an orthodontist put me under and do all that. And anesthesia is super expensive.
I wish I would have gotten my wisdom teeth pulled like with like not I had anesthesia, but like I wish I would have gotten knocked out, because I have nightmares of the crunching sound that I went through.
So you were awake as well.
I was
awake. What am I thinking of? What is it they use to put you under?
Well, no, they could put you under for that.
Right. But what is what do they use? Because that's what's super expensive.
Yeah, I've never been have you been knocked out? I've never been knocked out at the dentist. Like I've had just kind of like
no, but that's where you'd have to go to an orthodontist, like an oral surgeon. They would put you under and then remove your wisdom teeth. Yeah, the dentist in the office was just like, all right, we'll numb you up.
Yeah, I never been put. In fact, I've never been. Have I ever been put under for anything? I don't think so.
Yeah, I had my gallbladder removed, and they.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and they took that, and it was you wake up all loopy, and you're just like an idiot for about 30 minutes.
Yeah, no, I haven't. Oh my God, 30. First of all, I feel for this man, because the fucking dental insurance sucks dick. Okay. And because they cap you out, I have never had an insurance. Maybe I don't know about this, but I've never had an insurance that didn't go over like that went more than like 20. By the way, we're going to move on from this subject, but like $2,500 has always been $2,000 to $2,500 has always been the most I've ever had a dentist cover. So that's all well and good, unless you need anything that is, you know, over deep cleaning or something like that, because then you start getting into like, you know, and God forbid you need like an implant or some shit like that. Oh my, forget it, man. You're into like the 5s, 10s, 15. It's a whole fucking night. If I ever get like my teeth knocked out, I'm just gonna put it. What is that? What's the fucking? I'm just gonna put in dentures. I'm not paying a car's worth of money for
Yeah,
teeth.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen some fun vampire teeth at Halloween stores. That can suffice.
Yeah. I'll just
All right,
fucking do
let's
that.
get into another. We got more voicemails. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah, chat's
So
flying, by the way. So we're a bit behind. So
Yeah, it says 85.
Forgive us,
but I haven't
guys.
read. So
All right.
here comes.
This I was wondering what you guys think the New Year Comic Con exclusive will be this year. And also get moderate Toy Fair on your channel and know you grow up on there as well. You guys should do a collaboration. All right, thanks. Bye.
Something about Modern Toy Fair or something, but the question here is, what do you think the New York Comic Con exclusives will be?
I'm assuming when he says New York Comic Con, he's still talking about San Diego Comic Con.
Maybe,
because they share those.
Yeah,
they share those exclusives.
Sometimes they're different.
And I'm also assuming he's talking about NECA. Would that be right?
There's no way to assume, but or to know for sure. So if you want to talk about NECA, that's cool. It probably keeps it simple. We can both kind of stay on this topic pretty quick.
All right. So what do we think? What are we thinking?
Officially available to purchase will be the wrestling turtles and or the Krang, the big boy.
You are out of your mind.
Oh, okay.
You think that those are going to be exclusives?
Yeah, I do.
There's no. I will bet you money, Johnny. I will bet you money though they won't be exclusives.
But what did we get last year for the? I don't know if they were technically exclusives. They were released during. There was like that 2 window. So maybe I'm just thinking what's going to get released during that.
Oh, you're talking about. I thought you meant exclusive to the con.
So exclusives. It's going to be what we talked about last week, which was the variant of what? What was that? We were like, oh, that'd be great. That's somebody in the chat said that Earl from the Dinosaurs, the work outfit would be the exclusive, and I totally agree with that. So that as far as like,
that I can see happening.
Truly exclusive, like Alf. Yeah,
I can see an Earl work outfit. Earl, I can see an Alf. What was last year? Now I'm trying to remember.
Last year was Alf's.
No, but what was the turtle thing? Was it the Samurai 4-pack? What was it?
The VHS Turtles 3. Is that right?
Is that what it was?
I never remember. It's got to be. They always do the VHS stuff, right? As an exclusive.
Yeah, they do that a lot. There's going to be some kind of 4-pack.
Plus, there was the what's her face from the Gremlins?
Oh, Greta.
In her dress.
Greta, yes, that's right. What are they going to do? What 4-pack, if they do a 4-pack, could they do? What could it be?
So you don't think the wrestling ones would be exclusive? You think those were going to be just hit everywhere because they need the numbers or something, or what?
I think so. I don't think they're going to be exclusive because they're like new sculpts. I don't like.
Yeah, but so was the Ninja Turtles 3. Everything about that was new.
No, but then they came out as 2-packs at like Walmart. So if by that logic, I would say the wrestling figures would come out and then they would also come out in Target. Like I don't know. Like maybe just doesn't feel like it's to me. Doesn't feel like it's like an exclusive. But now that you bring up the wrestling ones, maybe they do like an Archie regular turtle 4-pack, but that's almost like a lot of people are going to want that. So I don't know. It's usually like a variant. That they do.
Yeah, and the Archie stuff will be available everywhere. So it's not exclusive to Target or exclusive to Walmart. So if they were to release it like the Ninja Turtles VHS stuff. It's just in a very like, here's a limited edition or whatever. Here's an exclusive version that comes in this box you can't get anywhere else, which means you also get some accessories that are unique to it. So I don't know that you could do that with the wrestling guys.
Maybe not. I don't know. You're making me doubt, but like, I don't know. I don't like. Okay, here's why I don't think the Wrestling Turtles are an exclusive is because like we've seen them. At that point we will have had a year to like live with them, and I usually feel like their exclusives are kind of like more like a surprise, like, oh shit, like this is coming out. But I don't know, maybe. Definitely not the Krang though.
Oh,
Krang,
you know what? The movie April in the yellow jumpsuit.
Yeah, I could see that movie. Yeah, because they've been pushing that one.
It's going to have April. The arcade system with it. So that, yeah, I think that could be it. Because last year we also had Kino with the scooter. So that was a movie thing. Came with something. It was very exclusive. You're not going to get anywhere else. Or was that just a regular release?
I don't know.
No, that was, it came out at the same time as TMNT 3. So yeah, I think the April yellow jumpsuit with the arcade, the pizza time.
What if they do a 4-pack of Aprils? And it's got movie Judith Hogue April, a Mirage April, another cartoon April, and I don't know what's another video game. Like
we got Ronin April.
Or Ronin, yeah. Like, what if they did just a April 4-pack? That's kind of new. They haven't even.
I don't think that time frame it works because the Paige Turco partnership is very new. So unless they were like, we already know we're going to make this, we just have to get her in the conversation. I don't think we'll see it this year, but I could totally see a 2-pack of Paige Turco Aprils. You get April movie 2 and April movie 3.
Got it.
In her
no. I'll be honest, I kind of want an April 4-pack. I want a 4-pack of like different Aprils doing different April shit. That's just me. Especially if like you got that cartoon April again, but maybe like in a different outfit or something. Like that would get me excited. Okay, not in that like.
No, that some people would get super excited. People want the barefoot one where her feet are getting tickled. Some people want the vacation one in her bikini. And then
I mean, I don't want that.
The semi-normal people want the one where she's in her dress where she's a princess is not actually April.
Are you trying to tell me that if April figure was in a bikini that you're not going to get it?
Well, it would probably end up on 5K Toys and they would send it to me anyway, and then I'd have to make a review out of it and be like, well, this is weird. Which tomorrow is another one of those videos.
Ooh, look at you teasing stuff.
Let's get on to the next voicemail. I don't want to hear about Needles and his baloney.
No, but I like his idea. I think First Turtles is a thing that actually sounds like something they might do, like a 4-pack or something of like those First Turtles. That I can see.
Yeah.
So yeah,
very possible.
Yeah,
because we've seen the tease.
All right, go make with the voicemail.
Hey, Johnny and Mad Hatter, a.k.a. Mad Nostalgia. I was just wondering if you guys could ever get some guys from NECA to go on to the show, and if you could even do something even better and try to get them to put the TMNT sewer layer back into production, because I'm trying to get my hands on one, but I'm not trying to spend $700. All right, man, this is Giacomo DiGirolamo. Thanks a lot, guys.
Oh, I like that confidence. He just fucking came in like a fucking wrecking ball.
So this is a 2.5er, I guess you could say, because first is get somebody from NECA on the channel, then talk to them into getting the layer back up because he wants to buy one.
Okay. I wouldn't mind. Johnny, I'll speak for you, and then, or I'll speak for me, and then you can speak for yourself because you're a big boy. I would love to have anybody from one of these companies on the channel, but I will be very honest that I'm more interested in some of the artists.
Yeah.
like that are behind the art, that like sculptor or painter, something like that, which usually means that's not the decision maker, right? Usually in terms
They're
of like what
contracted
product
out. Yeah.
comes out, like so like if we get an artist that works with NECA and we say, hey, put out the layer, I mean, he's got there's really nothing that he can do. That being said, I feel like there's a few people in NECA that like hate me. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why, because there's that one dude, I forget his name constantly, but he doesn't like, he likes channels that praise like 100% of NECA. I only praise about 90 to 95%. So unless I shore that up, maybe one day, maybe cross my fingers, maybe one day I can just start, praising everything that NECA does, not even a shred of criticism. And then I think he'll maybe let go of his feelings and hop on the channel, because I'm sure. And by the way, he just a fascinating personality, I'm sure, like that would just be super entertaining. But I said all that to say, I don't think it's going to happen, because I think those guys, A, are very thin-skinned, and B, they take stuff real serious. But some of the artists that I've been talking to that do work in NECA are pretty fucking cool, and I'm sure we could get them on the channel. So
Yeah,
that's my answer.
I'm trying to remember who sculpted the Napoleon, the giant frog. Maybe it was Brody. Huh?
Brody?
Could have been.
Go on.
But I was like, in the review, I said something about like the mouth has articulation, but it doesn't really open that far. So was it really worth it or whatever? And then he commented and was like, of course it's worth it, because he goes from to ah. But like these are, if it was Brody, I already know he directly talked to me and said he'd love to come on sometime. So we have good relationships with all the people behind the scenes, creating the things that we love. And even if we critique them, they're not, they get it. It's what we do. And I don't think we're ever really unjustified or unfair with our critiques. It's not like
we're not.
Go after people. This isn't Super 7 we're talking about.
No, we could pull artists. Artists tend to love us. But usually when you get to people on the more corporate level, they hate us for whatever reason. Like,
which is weird, because there's so many people like Savage Crucible who will reach out to us, and they like what we do and they want to support, or they want us to do this, or see if there's they can send us something, or whatever it is. There are who's the premium DNA, same thing. Like the message is, we love what you're doing, we like
Animal
Warriors, and it's very specific from some of these companies that are like they've actually seen what we do versus just being some kind of generic post. But those people like what we do, and they're confident enough in their products that they want to send it to us to review them. And hey, whatever you think, there's no pressure, say what you want to say, we just think you'll love them, which I think is exactly the kind of the point, which we've talked about this before. Like if Super 7 ever wanted to do a partnership or something and send us things, they would have to go, oh, we're confident in this product and we think you'll enjoy it. Please review it. Even if you have critiques, we'll learn from that.
Yes. I do have to mention something about Super 7, though. Super 7 is going to have something, I think they're going to have something very exciting. That there are cogs in motion at Super 7. This is just people talking in my ear, okay? No names, no official, but there are wheels turning in Super 7 that are trying to. I've seen flourishes of brilliance, like the Dunkin' Donnie, the Wingnut, and I still have to review. But there's a little bit of a, I'm not going to say regime change, because I can't speak to that. But there are wheels turning to take some properties and redirect them and make them right again. And if they do what, at least some of the things that I have seen, if they knock that out of the park, that I think that company could win again. And I am not one to be like, I don't want to be clickbaity and be like, oh, let's get the clicks to smash Super 7
Right.
if they start doing great shit. So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they will if they deserve the praise, they'll definitely get it. And we've said it 1,000 times, but like I'm always rooting for them and I want them to succeed because I like some of the stuff that they're doing, the renders, I like the products that they get to touch on. So I hope that stuff changes.
Yes. And by the way, I will never get free stuff from Super 7. I think I burned that bridge pretty effectively.
There is an interesting thing. A bunch of people on Twitter were sending me the link, but you can go on and fill out a form and become a partner with them so that they send you stuff. So they sent out a link and they're trying to get a bunch of people to start reviewing their products. You just have to fill out who you are, your information, what your accounts are, YouTube, all that stuff, and then connect it with their Shopify account. I ran into some weird issue. Like I kept putting it off. People kept sending it to me, and I'm like, I think even if I fill this out, they're going to be like, oh no, not him. But I got stuck somewhere where there was some weird. It's not a very smooth process. But anyway, if anybody wants to do that, you got a channel. You can go over there. We got 220 messages I haven't read.
Okay, all right. Well, hold on. Come on, don't be around the bush. Are we talking Thundercats here? No, I wish. With Ninja Turtles. Maybe Thundercats in the future, but Shin Dan Rod said the moment Hatter and Mr. South starts sitting in the same table as Randy or Dan Young, I'm leaving. Oh, wait,
Randy.
Dan Young. Who's Dan Young?
Yoon, I think he would mean from the Marvel Legends team, like one of the promotion. If that's
okay.
If that's
but
what he means,
what if we are?
Name, but if that's what he means, like those guys are awesome. The Hasbro team that are out there doing the public side of it, they're not making the decisions in the back end. They are people hired to promote stuff on the front end. They are your marketing people, your teams for that stuff. So they are representing the company, but they have the knowledge and the passion and the personalities to be up front. So
No,
I like Dan. I assume Randy he means from NECA, which the Randy basically lives in a cave at this point.
I don't know Dan. That Randy guy always kind of rubbed me the wrong way, so I don't give a fuck. Like but what if, hold on, in this scenario, what if we're at a cafeteria, Shin, and like there's not that many tables and me and Johnny want to eat, so we sit at the same table as Randy and Dan are eating. Then you're just gonna leave? You're just gonna fucking just walk out on us? That doesn't even make any sense. What are you talking about? Let us. What are we supposed to stand up and eat our lunch? I don't even understand.
It's not the cool kids table, I guess.
Yes. You know what? Any table we sit at is instantly transforms.
Yeah, those two people could get the Hatter bump if you sat at the same table with them.
Oh, that's right. Imagine I give him the Hatter bump. But yes, to answer that voicemail, I have fun, as does Johnny, talking to like artists and people behind the scene. That to me is more interesting than like you bring a guy in and he's basically plugging his shit and he's just giving us marketing fucking excuses and all this kind of run around and talking about factory.
Oh, yeah. Basically, anytime Brian's on, I mean, I'd love to have Brian. I want to send an invite to have Brian on the channel just to see what the response is. If there's like, if it's, hey, Brian said he'll come on, but here are the guidelines and stipulations, and you can only ask these things, and you have to be positive about it. That excites me. I want to see that.
No, you know what? Super 7, to even get their employees to talk to you, you need to sign a whole thing. I know about this because at way back before, like when I was just an itty bitty Hatter, I got some kind of like offer, like, you know, if you want to talk to somebody from Super 7, and I'm like, I'm not gonna sign shit. Like, and you also got to send them like pre-approved questions. Like,
okay.
there's a.
So it is what I thought it would be.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. All right, if you want to like, because then I'm gonna feel stifled. I already have a job. I don't want this to become my job, where it's just like, you know, and be like that other fucking, you know, kiss ass channel that just like, oh, fucking softball questions to him. Fuck all that. But artists, anybody, you know, that's kind of part of the process, I would love to, you know, I'm always cool with those guys, and it would be fun to talk to them, I guess, is the long answer.
Yeah. And Needles is right. The Hasbro team, great team of people. He says they're awful figures. I mean, there's some random ones that I do enjoy, but at the end of the day, for the price and stuff, I am generally not a Hasbro fan. But I love the team. I want to support the team. And I hope that they are able to get stuff out that they want, because you know, and I've seen this with those guys, that at a certain point, they want the things that we want too, but they're not the ones making the decisions. So even they release a Spider-Man, there's no webs in there. They can't be like, yeah, it sucks, it doesn't have it. But we know that they want what we want. Anyway, moving on.
Right. Do you know that your Robin Hood review killed his company?
That would be pretty wild. Pretty wild. It wouldn't be the figure that.
By the way, there's a weird delay between us. I don't know if it's you or me.
It's you. It's always you.
Okay. No, I was fine for the whole time. I can't get someone from Super 7 to talk to me. Yeah. Let's keep going.
Anyway, next voicemail.
What made you start doing reviews on YouTube about the action figures? What made you start doing reviews on YouTube about the action figures? What made
Sorry, there's not a lot. There's no dead time. It just is like looping itself. Let me turn off the loop track feature. So, what made you start? I've talked about this on the live channels before. So I have done live channels, live streams. I did a science and space channel for 2 years, 2.5 years, and I got burnout. It wasn't going anywhere. It was like 2,000 subscribers and all that time, and the views were just like poop times. So I had a booth at GalaxyCon. I was selling some art. I wanted to go to a toy booth to see if they had any of the original Playmates movie Ninja Turtles, just to see if my child brain that cried over not being able to get those things at a flea market, what do they look like? What my child brain thinks they look like, which they don't. But they did have the NECA Michelangelo and Raphael 2-pack from the first movie, and I was overwhelmed with how incredible they looked. So I bought those things and the April O'Neil. And then I came home, opened them up, started messing around, started watching a few channels, a lot of Mad Hatter channel stuff. And then I was like, wow, they make a lot of figures, or they did. They had a whole aliens thing and blah, blah, blah. And I thought, well, maybe let me just play in this space, because I'm starting to really enjoy it. I like this stuff. I think I can bring a different style and aspect of these reviews. I learned a lot from the Science and Space channel, started it, and basically, like a lot of us, turned the hobby into content creation.
I like that answer.
Although
you could have, if you were being real truthful, the answer to that question of like what made you start a toy review channel, your answer would have been the Mad Hatter channel. Now, my answer is I was the COVID channel. Okay, just I was bored. I was looking for something to do. I love toys. I've been an action figure collector all my life, and I was just kind of like, I don't know. This is. I didn't have a thing like Johnny where I had like another channel. I had no experience. I was like, this would kind of be like an experiment. And I started off with Funkos. I had action figures at the time. I had lots of action figures. I had a whole set of Motu classics, but I figured like Funkos would be easy and a short review, 5 minutes, and let's just talk about this. And that'll help me not commit, because I don't know. I felt like I was like, I just want to see how this feels and then get comfortable. And so those were really good to start with. And then since I hate Funkos now. So like, but it gave me enough confidence to like, all right, I'll keep talking. I'll get into action figures and this and that. But yeah, it was just it was like an outlet. Yeah. Cause I was working at home, newly working at home. And I felt like I was getting cabin fever, man. I felt like I was going crazy. I was like, I have to like do something, put something out into the fucking world. And, and how lucky is everybody that I did that? You know what I mean? Like imagine Imagine how unlucky the world would be in a timeline where I don't do that, and now compare it to how fucking lucky they are now that I did. You guys should be thankful that you're in this timeline that I decided to do that. So yes, that's the answer to the question. And also McDoidles with the $2. Thank you. Super chat says, "Good morning, fuckers. I hate Mezco." So there you go. You get that too.
Great. Love it.
Trash Around My Plastic says, "I bet Dan and Randy and NYC actually wanted to take a picture of me and my cosplay. They were actually pretty cool." Trash Around My Plastic, big giant supporter of the channel as well. I have to acknowledge him.
Yes, and recently unmuted, apparently.
Recently unmuted
on my channel. Whatever the reason was.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
right. I
muted him and then unmuted him, and it worked, but whatever.
Yeah. And Big Bad Mike says, "Fuck Viper Island."
If you know, you know.
Have you heard of the Viper Island?
No.
I don't want to give these guys a lot of attention, but like there's a douchebag channel out there that feels that it's cute to start copyrighting other toy channels, like copyright striking them, because they're insecure and they want to they want to silence toy channels now, and so they copyright struck Laser Pants and basically took down his Instagram. I think they fucked around with some other thing, and you know what they say about when you fuck around. You fuck around, you're gonna find out. Do not stop abusing the copyright strike system, because it is a moral move, and it is also illegal. If you can get taken to court. And I've been hearing, I did not even know about this channel's existence till about a week and a half ago. And this space, the toy tubing space, you are not going to do yourself any favors by the way to get ahead is not to silence people and shit on other channels. And now I'm going to be the guy that gets ahead. You know what I mean? That's not the way to get ahead. Is to make relationships and connect with people and try to elevate yourself that way. Don't bring other people down to try to get yourself back up. Stop copyright striking. Stop with your bullshit copyright strikes, because you're just alienating. And this guy got banned on G.I. Joe forums. He got banned. I've been following this whole thing. It's fucking fascinating. And yeah, so I'm using this guy as an example. But if you are a toy tuber trying to get into the space, don't come in guns hot, because it's gonna turn around. You're gonna make a bunch of enemies, and then you're gonna get a bunch of reports and copyright strikes on your shit.
Well, not only that, but the entire audience is going to learn a behavior and be like, well, even if you're the only thing out there, we're not going to go here.
Yeah, exactly. That's the kind of channel you want to cultivate, where your name is synonymous with just like being a little fucking legal bitch and do all that. Stop fucking doing that.
To move on to a more positive note, because we're giving them way too much airtime. Let's listen to another voicemail. This might have been the same one. Maybe I forgot to remove it.
It's me, Burger. Nostalgia Unboxed. Why don't you review X97 and tell us how you feel about it? Thanks for your Benny Bugman. Goodbye.
That was Bugman.
It's me.
So why don't I review X-Men 97? Must mean the animation. I got a couple people asking about it. Huh? What?
Why? Oh, I thought he meant the figures.
No, I did the figures and Wave 1 and Wave 2. The show. People wanted me to do that. Somebody wanted me to do the Aliens 4K release. There's actually a really good video out there already that I watched a couple weeks ago that is a breakdown of the differences between the original, the Blu-ray release or DVD release, and then the 4K release, and how all the color grading changed through each of them. But and then they used AI on the 4K to try to upgrade them, but you lose some of the film grain, which is a problem. Anyway, X-Men 97, the animated cartoon. Here's my review and breakdown starting now. Great show. Love it. The only thing I would change is I want more episodes. But I think they made the right choice by limiting to 10 so that each episode, with some minor exceptions, could really be heavy hitter, powerful, great episodes that are really moving the story along and telling us some great stuff and showcasing some versions of the X-Men and stories that have only existed in comics. So I have really no complaints about the show. I really enjoy it. And because I enjoy this show so much, I actually want Hasbro, Marvel Legends to make more waves of those figures, even though I'm kind of indifferent sometimes with Marvel Legends. There you go. About as good as you're going to get. What about you? You watch it? You got a feeling? You got thoughts?
First of all, I don't like that you cut off my beautiful rant on copyright striking the channels. That's number one. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Number two, I think X-Men 97 actually fucking sucks.
Okay. That adds up.
I'm sick of the praise for that show. Okay, yeah, we get it. Yeah, you know, like, okay, cool. They're taking it seriously. You know what I mean? Like, we get it. It's enough is enough. All right, that show sucks. Everybody that is into that show, no, I can't even keep this up, Johnny. Obviously, X-Men 97 is a great show. Okay, obviously it's a great show. What's the question? That it's good? Yeah, of course, it's a great show. It's
review it.
It's review it. How do you? Well, I don't. You know,
I don't know. I know we're not show review channels, so it's hard because you got to script that stuff.
Yeah, it's also like, how do you like review it without spoiling it, right?
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, it's very well written. I will say this, and maybe this doesn't spoil anything. I like that they took X-Men 97 so far has been like it. What I do like about it, and again, it's not spoiler, is it almost feels like a greatest hits from like the comics of like really good storylines that they had in the comics. The writer did a really good job of like, clearly he knows his shit, or who I don't know how many writers there are. I think there's one guy, but like they pulled some of the best X-Men storylines and they kind of like peppered it through. So it almost feels like some kind of greatest hits, which is good. Like the person did their homework. Even little things like, and it's more in the animation, but like how Cyclops does like his optic blast. Like somebody pulled like some images that they took that from like Marvel vs. Capcom and shit like that. So it's like there's a lot of love put into that show. You could tell, like the writing, the animation. I just hope it just keeps it up. You know what I mean? Like that sometimes can happen where it like falls off, but like right. I just hope it keeps it up.
I think by staying in the 10 episode window and treating it like a live action show, like HBO or something, or an Apple TV show, I think that is going to allow them to really work heavily on an episode before moving forward to the next one, right? We're back in the 90s, you'd have 40 episodes a season or something, but you just kind of get this, sometimes you get filler episodes, or you're just like, okay, they're just doing something to get something out because they have to work on next week's already.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. And you know what else I agree with, Johnny? Carl Winslow action figure from Die Hard,
which doubles as Family Matters.
Dude, would you rather have a Die Hard line or a Family Matters line?
I feel like Die Hard's existed in some form or fashion, if nothing else, probably in those like reaction style things. And it doesn't tickle my fancy. No, nothing.
Die Hard. The only existence of Die Hard is, I think, a NECA John McClane figure that didn't look like John McClane and barely was posable. It was like basically a fucking statue.
Yeah. I mean, they'd be fun, but I'd rather have Family Matters.
What? How dare you? You know what, guys? Last episode of Johnny and the Hatter, or whatever we're calling it. Okay?
Well, like I said, if you get Carl Winslow, he doubles as a Die Hard character.
That is
in
true.
His work attire. And, you know, after getting Earl Sinclair, you kind of have that feeling of a Carl Winslow anyway.
God, we really are two different humans but we get along. That's so fucking. I mean, sometimes it's like, how does that, like, I would be 100% diehard, and you're saying Family Matters, and to be honest, it's making me mad. But like, I have to respect that we still coexist in the same space, even though, you had the chance right now to make a diehard line happen, and you said Family Matters instead. It's crazy.
Whatever. Moving on, because I don't care.
Yo, what's up, boys? It's your boy Mezco Bot here, little Momo in the house. All right, John here. I got 3 things I want to see on the channel. Number 1, well, I guess this isn't a thing. I just want to say I love you both. Number 2, I think we should all kiss. And number 3, honestly, I want to see you guys kind of like open up toys together on the channel and kind of get a fresh kind of review. First thoughts, raw, both of you get the same figure type of deal. I've always wanted to do this. I think it'd be cool just to kind of a raw review from both of you with the same figure at the same time. Do it at the same time. I love you both. Keep kicking ass. Keep going onwards and upwards. And I hope we can all have a 3-way soon. Like on the channel. Or whatever. All right, bye. Yo, what's up, boy?
So that was Moscato Bot Collects, our friend Momo. Lot to take in there. That's what she said. I will say that you brought this up to me probably a year ago. Hey, is there any figure? Oh, you got this figure, you got this, or whatever. Because I thought it'd be fun to open them both up at the same time on the channel, and we just didn't have the same figures. We couldn't, and then we forgot about it. So yeah, definitely something we've thought about, and I think it's a great idea. So we should do that. We should plan that. And who knows?
Yeah, we should. We have a lot of spillover on the same figure, so we just got to fucking save one.
Yeah.
Not
what do
do
you
a
think
review.
is worth opening that doesn't deserve its own review video that would actually make you some cash?
What about this right here? You didn't review this guy. Are you?
I don't have that guy either.
Oh, but you gotta.
I have Baxter, and I have.
Why don't we do Baxter? I haven't done a review with like a standard review. Why don't we open up Baxter Stockman on the next one?
Yeah, I'm into it.
And then we'll give our initial thoughts on them. Just right. What a treat for the audience if they can just see. Like, I mean, they're getting their fucking money's worth at that point.
Yeah, I'll set up my overhead camera so that we can at least have that experience as well for people.
Right. And I'll set up this camera that you're looking at right now.
Just as it is.
It'll just be this.
Okay. That is. Yep. As long as you promise to never have focus in that review, then
I can fulfill that promise, Johnny.
All right, 337 comments I've missed. Are there any super chats that we need to catch up on, maybe?
Oh, let's take a look. Oh boy, are there super chats, buddy. I mean, there's $300 for me, 200 for me, another 50 for me. No, we got some right here. Airmaster Neo became a YouTube member.
For you or me?
For me, I don't know.
It should have a little link, like a little chain link.
I think it's you. Why did I get that excited? It's for you. Yeah.
Thank you, Airmaster Neo.
Yeah. I mean, I guess thank him. I am Starman. This is also for you. Who do you guys main in Smash? By the way, if you don't play Smash Brothers, I should get this. You got to send me $4.99. So go, Johnny.
The Villager.
You're
or Toon Link, depending on which version, because there's like Wind Waker and all that stuff. But yeah, those were historically.
Can we on this live stream play Smash Brothers against each other? Can we make that a thing too?
Maybe, because the problem not only playing Smash Brothers online is there's so much lag because Nintendo Online's garbage, but trying to get a Nintendo set up for streaming is also kind of chaotic versus like a PlayStation or Xbox. But
I think it would be worth the squeeze, because I think you and I going up against each other at Smash Brothers would be a fucking riot.
Yeah.
Like, because I get very angry when I play those games, and I get very, very vocal. Trust me, it'll be a good time. I think
I believe it, man. I haven't played in a long, like right around the time they added Ryu or Ju to Smash Brothers. It's right around the time I stopped playing.
Okay,
so
there
it's
you
been
go.
a long time.
By the way, Trash Round Practice says, send me a PO. I'll have figure you both can open at the same time. I promise it'll be worth your while. Trash Round Plastic, if he's saying it, he's gonna do it. Okay, so you got a Trash Round Plastic. Hit up Johnny and I, and maybe it should be a surprise. Maybe it should be a surprise from Trash Around My Plastic, and we'll plug him too.
Yeah.
And
we don't open the outside box until the stream.
Yeah, you know that Trash Around My Plastic. If you are serious, then that would probably be the funnest way to do it. Is that we just don't know what it is. You know what I mean? Like we just send us a box, and then well, somehow I don't know, put your name on the box so we know it's from you, so we don't just open up a box. And but I'd be fucking down. That would be a lot of fun. But yeah, Johnny, Smash Brothers, I think we should work on it. I think you and I, well, we will hate each other, by the way, at the end of that stream.
Well,
more
I
than
already
we already do.
Hate you.
But yeah, I was way ahead of you. What you were gonna say. But yes, I do think. And my guy. Well, you know what? He didn't ask me, so I'm sorry. I am Starman. You asked Johnny who his favorite Smash Brothers guy was. I technically wasn't asked.
Hey,
so, you know.
What's I know you talked in the past about Smash Brothers. Who's your main?
The Villager.
That's not true. Nobody has the Villager as their main.
No, my main is Pikachu.
Oh.
And I'm not kidding. Pika! I like to get knocked off of the thing, and then I do the jump right out. That's my jam. I am trying. Well, I stopped, but I was trying to get better with Little Mac from Punch Out.
Oh,
at that point, I kind of stopped because, like, I don't know, I liked rolling with him. Influence Film says, thoughts on Playmates getting MMPR license. I like the Playmates Turtles Karate Kid set. I like the Playmates Turtles Karate Kid set. Is Playmates that hated for the price? I think they do okay. Oh yeah. Wait, did Playmates got the? First of all, well, Johnny, you got to. Johnny, I just read your super chat. Go.
Oh, thank you so much, Influence Films, for the $5. Now I'm paying attention to whatever Mad Hatter just said, and yeah. Somehow Playmates is getting license or getting leased the license. How's that work? Whenever Hasbro owns it, and they're going to be like, okay, you guys can make stuff.
Yeah, they're renting the license or something.
It's hard to say, man. I mean, there's nothing really that Playmates is pumping out of there that makes you go, oh wow, that's a figure I gotta have. That's so awesome. The Turtles and Karate Kid stuff, all those little like packs and crossovers they've done are fun, but they're like, you get them out of the box and you're like, but it's Playmates, right? There's not really a set or a figure. Like the best thing that they've done, in my opinion, was the Last Ronin in that vintage Playmate style, but then you still get stuck with these like swivel ankles. You don't get normal feet to use. So there's like, or they paint just the half of something, the front half and not the back half. So it's like they're always just kind of almost there. So I don't think it's gonna be like great for if they want to recreate vintage looking stuff or do this like He-Man crossover stuff that Masters of the Universe, sorry. If they want to do that kind of crossover stuff is working and it's hitting a very particular group of people, but for anybody that wants Power Rangers, it's like at least as good as Hasbro. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
They also, I'm pissed off because I think Playmates dropped the ball on those new Origin style TMNT figures with that rockin' fucking texture, orange peel texture. I don't know what the fuck. Who made that decision? I'm baffled at that.
Yeah, it almost makes it feel like it was somebody that, like, maybe they hired some younger people, which is totally fine, and they're like, well, our older audience likes this stuff, and we're going to try to bring back some things, so bring a fresh take on it.
Well, if they did that, hey, Playmates guy, if you're listening to that, whoever made that decision, you
Oops.
are a dumb motherfucker. Okay, you should not, like, the fact that you thought that. Don't change the model of what people like. Just give them the thing that they like. Stop overcomplicating. I hate this, like, well, I got to put my own artistic stamp. No, you don't. The artistic stamp is the fact that they are modern articulation. That is all you need. This isn't like a fucking, we're not looking for artistic interpretation with that. That is like, same with Motu Origins. Motu Origins, unless it's a new figure that hasn't been made before, we're not looking as fans for artistic interpretation. Thank you. We have other things we can get from.
Right.
We
They
can get,
just Playmates needs to know their lane. Like if you
yeah,
want to get,
that's what I'm saying. Go. There are places where you can do that shit. Like in Motu has Masterverse. Great. Masterverse is artistic interpretation, new takes. Okay. Johnny, you got another super chat right here. This one is actually making me real angry because it's for you. It's for $20. And look at this question.
Hey, I am the Starman. Thank you so much. Hey, Mad Hatter, who is your main?
First of all, I am the Starman, and now I got to critique I am the Starman because it's not my super chat, so I can do that. He said, who is you are main? Okay, so technically, I don't know what that means. Grammatically, is he saying...
Maybe he was like, who is you are main?
Oh, okay. Who is, like okay.
I think, I was going to ask you, but no, you are the main. You're the main channel. You're the one that everybody goes to. And we know that because you have 114 people watching you, and I have 97. I just lost one as I was reading that.
Yeah, good. Well, you got $20 to...
That was probably Starman going over to you.
Yeah.
As we spoke.
Yeah,
Don't
well, I wouldn't cry. I wouldn't cry too hard because you got $19.99, which means that you can buy Playmates texture-y figure with that. I'm
gonna review
money.
it so hard.
Trash Rhyme Plastic said, just sent Mad Hatter an IG message with the info. I'll send Nostalgia a voicemail and Beast Wars a Megatron voice. Oh my God. There you go, John. Johnny, you got rich today. Congratulations.
Wait, is that on my channel?
That's on your channel.
Holy
You know what we call guys in the chat. I think people in the chat know what do we call what's happening to Johnny right now? What am I giving Johnny right now? That, remember, I can't do this for myself. This is a power that I give other people.
Yeah.
What is it?
I just saw the doctor last week and had blood work and urine tests, all that stuff, just the annual checkup. And everything came back great. But after today, I think I need to go back and have some more blood work done because I just officially contracted Hatter bumps.
Baby boy, the Hatter bump. The Hatter bump. You've gotten, congratulations, you've made it. You got the Hatter bump. Okay. Now you can stop being angry and passive aggressive and cutting me off, when I'm going on a rant. Now you get all the monies. Okay. Now you're richer than I am, and I'm pretty fucking rich.
Yeah. So. One day when I reach a certain level, I'll be sure to give you the equivalent, whatever that is.
No, you won't. What toy stalker? Just a little Hatter bump and gur. Oh, it's a bump and grind reference. Thank you, Toy Stalker. Toy Stalker, by the way, whispered me he's going to give me tons of free toys now just to make up for that super chat.
That's really nice of him.
A new member, Air Master Neo. Thank you, sir. This is my new member, Johnny. Don't stop getting greedy, okay? I got this one.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. Air Master's a great person.
Do we have any other voicemails? Or
yeah, we do. yeah. Let's listen to another one.
Hey, this is Austin. I show up in the chat as Pizza Gives Me Nightmares. I had a couple ideas. I just think you guys you could do action figure pose off where you have all week to plan and pose, your figures, and then during the show you reveal it every week. That'd be pretty cool. And then also you could maybe do viewer pet pictures, so we could submit pictures of our cats or whatever, because we want to see your cats. So I'll just send you pictures of my cat if you want, or whatever. Hope that helps, guys. I love watching the show.
There's a lot of good stuff there.
There's a lot.
One, we get to know who Pizza Gives Me Nightmares what he sounds like.
Yeah.
And then 2, we have a pose off. And look, he said you have all week to think of one, and I'll allow you to have a full week of thinking of a pose. And then right before you reveal your pose, I'll have posed mine in the moment, and then we'll have like a 3, 2, 1 pose. And then
so we just get one pose.
That's what he was saying. Yeah, you got all week to think about it. And then you come and you boom, who's got the best pose on their figure? I think we should use the same figure, obviously, because if I get like a Mafex or SH Figure Arts or something, and you get a NECA cartoon turtle, it's not going to be the same level of articulation. But
okay.
Yeah, Robert knows
thinks
what's
that
up.
I'm going to get crushed in a pose off.
Yeah. If nothing else from the early days, that was one of the things that people would notice about my videos, the posing. And then I used to get comments that were like, "Oh, you should do a video that's like how to do poses and stuff, and just kind of showcase how you do these things." And people, even TMNT 1987, who was here earlier, gave the $20 or $10, said that he used to go back in my videos and screenshot them to figure out poses for his toy photography and stuff. Now he's a master and can do it all himself. But
okay,
yeah, I think it's clear you crushed.
You know what though? I like Robert Kelly, like because now I have everything to gain, because I feel like I'm the underdog in this. Like I between the both of us, you're known as kind of poser supreme. So I think now, so everybody's going to be doubting me, like, oh man, this guy's going to get fucking trounced. But I might not get trounced. So I really like that idea. Maybe we should engage it right now and say a week from now we have something. What's something that we both have, and we just, or I don't know, and then we come up with. Now hold on, just like parameters for a second. When we say pose, we're not talking. It's just the pose of the figure. It's not like in a sequence with another figure or anything like that. It's just you get one pose.
That's
and then does the audience, maybe we put up a poll and the audience just is like, okay, gives us like who posed it the best.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try to, maybe people have some suggestions. Like, I'm trying to think of it's got to be something that can pose real well.
Yeah. And he doesn't have anything Dragon Ball Z. Do you have any SH Figure Arts anything? Or is that off the table? It's probably all NECA.
It's a lot of
NECA that we would have together. NECA, maybe some Marvel Legends randomly.
We don't want NECA for a posing segment.
I mean,
I have some Mafex.
Okay. I have a couple. Gambit, Psylocke, Spider-Man.
I have the Yamaguchi Spider-Man.
No.
You don't have that.
No, they're so ugly.
Somebody said, Jam said, post Super 7.
We'll get the SpongeBob Super 7.
I have a, no, that's not going to work.
Well, this is great airtime. We'll think about it. People can comment on the video outside of the live chat, and we'll think about those options. Let's move on to the second part of that question, which was cat or animal photos. And yeah, I think that's a great idea. You can text that number that you can call for voicemails. So maybe we'll open that up. If we do, we'll do a post for that, a social media post. It's like sending your pet pictures. Although asking for pictures is always dangerous.
I like that idea. Also, Vex and Toys, we are going to try to review something at the same time live. So
that's right.
Shui is stealing your poses, by the way.
There we go. That's all right. I will not copyright strike you if you post videos with my poses in them.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, this is a good topic right here. That Mondo Sky Sled, I think, ends in like 30 minutes.
For reals?
Huh?
I said for reals?
For realsies. And
okay. Well, that's pretty wild.
I can't imagine that they are going to sell many of these. I think it's beautiful, but it is very, very expensive. It's a $400 ride.
Look how awesome he looks posed on that thing.
No, he looks great. He looks fantastic.
I've seen posts of this thing, but I haven't really dug into the fact that they have like this kind of damaged, like scuffed up metal pieces.
Yeah.
And like,
It looks fantastic, but like I don't
this?
know one person, and I know a lot of Motu people that is buying this. Everybody's like, I'm priced out. I too, I'm feeling that pinch.
$400 on Mezco cartoon Ugly Boys, and you could have had this thing.
No, but I feel like that's almost more worth. I don't know, dude. But here's what I do know. Giant star Brian Brink, now a member of the Mad Hatter channel. Let's just hope, that it's just the Mad Hatter channel. Let's just keep it at that, Brian. Thank you, Brian. I don't know, dude. Like, no, it's great. It's beautiful. But like, I feel like this should have cost $300. Like, I don't know.
It's so big.
No, it's big. It's huge, but I don't know. These shots, though, are very tempting. Now, I kind of wish that you didn't go to it because now I'm fucking starting to get
Dude, the panel comes off and you can work on it. I love the artwork behind this. The things that get hot, like right there, and this, they all have like that, whatever you would call that, when the metal changes colors.
Yeah. I like this comment. Oh, Jesus. Hatter bought those Mezco atrocity. They're not atrocities, okay? Kind of like them. Double Trouble, don't want or need too much. It's too much space to take up. Don't need vehicles for that line. I think it's pretty safe to say Double Trouble is getting that Sky Sled. I think that's a confirmation. Look, thank you, Double Trouble.
Yeah, and they should. This is this element right here. Not enough vehicles include, and as much as I love Ramen Toy, because there's no S in it, Ace really needs to maybe just do a wave 3 because he's got the CAG set, so it's like the canopy and guns, and then he's got the second wave, which is going to be the inside, the dash panels and stuff.
Yeah.
The third wave needs to include the fire that comes out of the back of that Batmobile.
Yeah.
Simple, right?
That fire would be that fire. I mean, look, it looks awesome. It sucks because like this is like one of my favorite vehicles. I'm even like in the next Flipboard wave, I wanted to do a vehicle that is kind of like a throwback or a reference to this, but it's just so expensive.
My favorite thing about this design is that it's really just like a Sea-Doo, a jet ski.
Yeah, I know that's what I like about that. Did either of you guys pre-order Mezco the mask? I did not.
No.
I did not.
I did order the 2 options from 5K Toys for the mask.
Oh yeah, that's right. Those look cool. But you're like that's your jam. Like Jim Carrey is like
Jim Carrey,
time your jam. I do like the one that's wearing. He's kind of like in the mafioso suit a lot. If I'm big on like fedora characters.
Yeah.
Any character that has a fucking fedora.
That one's really, really good. There's like quite a few brand names that you can find the one in the yellow jumpsuit. But I think the one that we all want is Cuban Pete.
His name is Cuban Pete. Da, 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 da.
King of the rumba beat.
Boom,
chicky boom, chicky boom.
Yeah. Is that how you used to pull girls back then? You used to go up to them and sing the "I'm Cuban Pete" and just
honestly, at that time, which was probably like 5th grade or something, that I probably did do that.
Yeah,
without joking.
Yeah,
I did dress up as Ace Ventura in elementary school for a Halloween thing.
Yeah, I'm sure that went over real well.
Yeah, look at me now.
All right, we got another voicemail.
I also have video footage of 5th grade dance. Okay, my mom's there with the camera. We're all out there. There's music playing. It's in the gym. And I danced like crazy. I just go up to people I knew, friends, whatever, and just start dancing. Didn't care who saw me. I watched that VHS like a few months ago, and I was like, oh my God. nobody else would dance with me. I was the only person. I just didn't care.
It was just you.
It was this realization of, I think the fact that I was so like, hey, it's a party, let's dance, and like I don't care, I'm just having fun and dancing, and just go up to my friend Chris, tap him on the shoulder, and be like, let's dance or whatever, and I just dance. And then as an adult, since college, easily go to a club or something like that, and people go dance, and I'm like, I don't want to dance. I don't want to be up there. People are going to look at me. So I am still this way. Unless I'm an actor being paid and I know the camera's on me or something, I don't want to dance.
Right.
Because I get embarrassed. And
Right.
it's clearly some trauma from probably that night as a kid.
Yeah. No, I could see that. Dude, I wish we were like kids together. I would love to like have bullied you.
How old are you?
I'm old. Don't worry about it.
Jesus Christ.
I would
your age.
I would love to have bullied you in school. Like that would
Well,
have
if
been
you don't want to
great.
say how old you are, what grade were you in 1995?
In 1995. Well, put it this way. I graduated in 1999. So figure that out.
You graduated then?
Yes.
Okay, I graduated 2002.
Okay. But yeah, we're old, dude. We're almost dead. Okay. So what's do we have any more? You know what? Actually, this is what I imagined, Johnny. You dance like Elaine in Seinfeld.
No, well, I don't know. There was probably some of that, but it was not the kind of dance where people would just look at you like you're weirdo. It was like I watched it and I was like, oh yeah, I was good, especially at that age. Like I had some variety. I had some moves.
You got the moves.
Yeah, it's just
I
not a lot of
imagine
people
like
to dance, especially kids. You're insecure about it or whatever. The kids. I was never the cool kid, especially in elementary school, for reasons we've just stated. But the cool kids wouldn't dance, right? Because you had to be cool.
Right. Yeah. No, you had. You know what's funny is like I was not. So I can get a sense of like what you were. I wasn't cool and I wasn't a nerd. I was like, you know what I was? I was like I was like one of those like art kid bums with other art kids that would just sit in the back and draw comic books. And like you didn't get picked on, but you also weren't cool. You just sat in the back with your dumb comics and you trashed your friends and you and your friends all trashy. I was like one of those guys where just like like man, like fucking Hollywood movies, like just one of these fucking guys. And I kind of wish, I wish I was like a cool kid. I also wish I was like a total nerd because then maybe I could use that nerd power, that rage to gain fame and fortune. You know what I mean? But I was like,
you're like the day walker. You have the powers of both elements that you can choose to walk either path.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's,
I was just, do you know art? You know, art saved my life. So I went to a pretty bad school, especially middle school, Highland Oaks, which was bad. Okay. This is Miami fucking 90s, like the beginning of metal detectors in the school. Okay. And like, I remember, so I was new to the school. Okay. Quick story. I had a big mouth even back then. So the teacher was like, hey, can you give out books to these people? Okay. And so I was, handing out the books. And there was this one kid, his name was Alfonso. And I forgot his fucking last name. And I give him a book and he goes, this one's damaged. I want another one. And I was like, and I said something smartass. I don't remember what it was, but it was probably like, well, have fun with the damaged book. Like, because I was always like a smartass. And then I sat down and like other people heard it. And then some people were like, and I remember this one like Puerto Rican girl, because she was very like Puerto Rican proud. Like she had the flag and everything. And she's like, oh man, you fucked around. Like you shouldn't have said that to Alfonso. And dude, I thought I was dead. I was like, this guy, like, because he was like a bigger kid. I was like, I'm going to get stabbed. I'm fucking dead. Okay. But so after that, days of like this guy mad dogging me, okay, like just mad, like I'm like he's gonna fucking kill me. But then I always used to draw in the back of class, and I remember I was drawing Ken from Street Fighter, and this dude Alfonso is like, "Oh shit, is that Ken from Street Fighter?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Dude, kid, that's fucking great. Can you draw me one of those?" And I was like, "You can have this one." And he's like, "Oh, dude," he's like, "Can you just fill in the thing?" He became, not only did he become like my like a best buddy, but he introduced me to all his fucking hoodlum friends, and like I became like nobody fucked with me after that. Like I became, they're like, "Dude, you got to check out Panery. He can fucking draw." And I would just draw Street Fighter. Like that was me being like a jailhouse bitch to everybody. I would just draw Street Fighter for people because that was like the height of Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. Everybody was obsessed, and it saved my life. It like my mouth almost got me killed, but my art saved my life, and that was it. Alfonso became like my buddy after that. Like
You forgot his
not
last
buddy
name.
buddy, but like, yeah, huh?
You forgot his last name.
No, like not buddies, but like he just like I really don't remember, but like he just like I was cool. I was like, okay,
Yeah,
after
that's pretty amazing, honestly.
Yeah, there you go. That's so guys, the lesson is teach your kids to learn, especially if they go to a bad school.
Especially if they have a smart ass mouth.
Especially if they have a smart ass mouth, is have some kind of trade that they can offer to bullies and bigger people.
Yeah, that's a good life lesson, to be honest. All right, we got 2 more voicemails and 490 comments. Of course, I don't know how many we skipped through. Let's
Hey,
listen.
Jonathan and Mad Hatter, this is Kirk from the Geek Effect, and I have a quick question for you guys. What is something that matters most to you, something that you value the most when it comes to collecting action figures? And also, for Jonathan specifically, when are we going to see you come back to rap? Hope you guys have a good show.
So part 1.
Wait, what was that last thing he said?
When I think he said, when am I going to come back to rap?
Oh, to rap. We haven't done a rap in a long time.
Yeah. Well, let's focus on the first half.
All right, go. What? Answer it first, because I'm already I'm going through the chat, so
I also kind of didn't hear it.
Hey, Jonathan and Mad Hatter, this is Kirk from the Geek Effect, and I have a quick question for you guys. What is something that matters most to you, something that you value the most when it comes to collecting action figures? And
Okay.
Okay.
Something that you value the most when it comes to collecting action figures. None of it has anything to do with the figures for me. Like, if I had to say, oh, I didn't have the channel and I just collect action figures, what do I value the most with the process of collecting action figures? It's there isn't anything that I value the most, because I just think about how, like, why the hell am I doing this? Look at what am I doing? I have toys. I'm an adult man and I have toys. So like that falls through my head a lot. It's like I spent that much money on it and I have toys. Like I have that fear all the time. And then coming out of that, because of the channel, there's a lot of stuff. Like I've been able to really work some of my creative realms, and like doing the arcades or the stuff for the van, things like that. So that's like rewarding, but it's the friendships, the relationships, and the fun that I get to have for doing things like this, like having fun because of it. So all of the, there are positives to the collection. I like this, it's like we all buy them because we like them, different reasons, but it really is the value for me is the friendships and stuff and the fun.
I like that answer. I like that answer. What do I value? So I'm. It doesn't sound like he's like talking about like a specific thing of the figure. Like I value the sculpt. It sounds like he's talking about like what you value overall. You know what? You brought up a good point. The friends we made along the way. That's also a good thing, because that got me to here. Where you and I became friends. Okay, and we are friends. Okay, Johnny. All right, don't fucking try to pull this shit like we're just work buddies. Okay, we're friends.
It's Facebook official. I'll just say that.
Facebook, yes. I like I like making money off the toys. I love when like the value goes up and I can just sell them. That's always cool. And then I make, especially if it's a real limited toy and like a lot of people want it, and I bought like 5 or 10 of them, then I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna make so much money. It's so good. But besides, no, I'm joking. I really don't sell my shit. You know what it is? I feel like I am creating like the childhood that I couldn't afford in a weird way. Like I and again, like there are limits obviously, but not these things. They take me back to things that make me happy, but B, like I've always like, I don't know, when I was like a kid, I always like wanted to have like just a cool, that's like just a nice collection of figures. Like that to me was just always like a dream I had. So like, you know, that's just makes me feel happy. I mean, I don't know if you do this. Sometimes I just walk up and I look at my toys. Like I just like look at them. I just like stare at them. You know what I mean? Like just like, oh, this is cool. This face is cool and this and that. Like, so I don't know. They just this world can fucking suck. So if you can find something that makes you happy without killing your body or your brain cells, I think you're probably doing well. So, that's I don't know. That's my answer.
Yeah. So it's an interesting thing with me and my figures. Like the same thing. There's certain ones. If I was to really just scale back and say, the Marie Kondo of it, this sparks joy, this doesn't, thank it for its time and let it move on, I would really scale down, and there'd just be a few things. Like I always talk about, this Jubilee is one of those where it's just perfect. You got the movie Ninja Turtles, the first movie, like those things that I can go to every time and just feel the same way. 90%, if not more than that, I could just be done with. And a lot of it, I honestly think, is because I spend so much time doing the review. I spend well over an hour, if I really enjoy the figure, if it really can pose well over an hour setting up different poses and capturing them.
Yeah.
So and then hours a week editing the video. So I have this whole experience around this figure that is on a level that most people don't have.
Right.
Once I'm done with it, it's rare that I'm like, okay, I love it every time I look at it.
Okay, yeah.
So it could be gone forever. And then if I just want to re-experience that video or that figure, I can just go watch my video and kind of relive that moment again. So I've kind of captured all of my feelings and thoughts and everything. And then with the poses, it's like, that's the most joy, is posing a figure and seeing how cool it can look in these different ways. And then after that, it's like, okay, yeah, I don't need it anymore.
That's interesting. Yeah. Like you said, I'll display a few key figures. I use the rest for stop motion. It's interesting he brings up stop motion, because I used to love stop motion when I was a kid. And in fact, when I went to film school, I took a few stop motion classes, and I was just very interested in that process. I became very aware that the road to stop motion is a very limited road, like meaning like to get a job doing this is going to be very hard, because there's like one studio, Leica, and then, you know what I mean? Like it's such an expensive endeavor. But like every time I would go to that stop motion class, I used to love all the sets that people build and all the like little tactile things and the different faces. And like, so it's like shit. Like I love stuff that's tactile, like anything that you can touch and little sets and little vignettes and little things like that. And I don't know, maybe it's because my grandmother had a bunch of that kind of shit. But like, I don't know, like it's funny that he brings that up, because like, yeah, stop motion. And so when I look at this, I'm just kind of like, I feel like I'm looking at like some almost like stop motion like setup of just all these interesting things. I think everybody that likes figures loves things that are like kind of like tactile.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think so. It's interesting how our brains love that stuff.
Yeah. Johnny, you get yet another super. I'm starting to get annoyed here, but let's go. Read your super chat.
Just
buddy.
sub to Johnny. How did you find it? I don't tell anybody about it. It hasn't been touched in over a year and a half, or longer than that, 2 years maybe at this point.
Oh, you better get it touched.
Sorry, Alligator. Thank you for the $5. Space Donnie lounging pose. Actually, Space Donnie right here lounging. Yeah, I just that channel is dead in the water, man. Forget it. It's never coming back. It's gone forever.
No, I think we should resurrect it, Johnny. Maybe you know what? You know what can make that channel shine is me. Because imagine you do a science channel and you try to explain science to like a guy like me. How funny would that be? You know, where you're trying to go through the nucleus and explain how the nucleus works, and I'm like, nucleus? The fuck is that? Get out of here! Yeah, and I really turn my personality up to 10, and I just become like that blue collar idiot guy, but you're trying to talk science, and I'm just like, hurricanes. That's like the thing from God, okay? There's no fucking science. And then you're like, no, but the hurricane, dude, we would have the most popular science channel ever.
That's probably true, and that's why it didn't work before, because I didn't have you there.
Yeah. Space, I'll just fucking hold my breath and go outside and I'll be fine, right? And then you're like, come on, that's not how space works. And you know, it'll be great.
Well, sorry, alligator. Thank you, by the way. We got any more chats, super chats, or anything that we got to get into?
No. And I'm cutting off your super chats now. So all super chats guys moving forward, they got to go to me. But no, Johnny in space. People saying I'd watch that, Johnny. So there you go.
You know what's funny is if you have a channel like that, and even though I haven't looked at it in a long time, but it still gets views randomly and comments or whatever, especially from people that don't think the Earth is round. God, or that dinosaurs.
The Earth isn't round because why would I'd be slipping? If the Earth was round, I would walk outside my house and be like, whoa, and be on like a slip and slide.
That's right. It can't be spinning in space because we'd feel it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. Just like when you're riding a train.
Yeah,
an airplane, you feel it. You're like,
yeah, exactly.
Anyway, if you don't post anything for a while, then you lose monetization, even if you're still getting views, which is crazy. So that channel was monetized at one point, and then it lost monetization. And to get it back, you have like a whole new thing to go after. Try to get you have to constantly post like at least every 90 days or something. So stupid.
Yeah, it's very dumb. Roger says I look like an ICP fan.
Yeah. Are you a juggalo?
I am. I grew up in Florida. I am a unabashed juggalo. I genuinely.
Is this for real?
Yeah, dude, I grew up with ICP, man.
Okay.
I grew up with like my buddy introduced me to ICP in like the 90s. Because, dude, if you grow up in Florida in the 90s and you're not like some rich kid, it's somehow you have juggalo energy. This is how it works. You know?
There was a guy, he was Mexican. Well, I guess he still is. I don't know. I mean, he might be dead, but in high school, and he was the guy. He was the ICP guy. Like, he wore their shirts every single day. Like, that was his jam. Great dude. Pot smoker, if you didn't know that. But like ICP was like his persona. It's crazy. Had a tattoo, I think, even in high school.
Yeah. I
of the axe kid.
Yeah, that's
it's intense.
Sorry, I think there's a delay on us. Look at this. We got Reluctant Adult Podcast here. Okay.
Oh, hey guys.
A fucking movie, a star here. Who's going chicken hunting? But see, Johnny, I know that reference, but you don't because you're not a juggalo.
No, thank God. You know what I mean? Let's listen to a voicemail.
Hey, greetings from Chicago. This is King Panther. Mad Hatter, I just want to say congratulations on this idea with the Johnny nostalgia and your flipper figure. That was amazing. You have a bright future ahead of you, man. But I think maybe you guys could talk about the state of the toy industry, and will we ever see dedicated toy stores come back? I would love to see that happen. By the way, best of luck, and hope that you guys do well. I have no doubt you guys are going to succeed. Thanks, and love from Chicago. Bye.
Wow.
Who would have thought that Chicago had so much love in it? That was a really nice voicemail.
Chicago representing. So thank you for the voicemail, Johnny. How do we break down? Or it cut out a little bit at the beginning. So was there a question like right at the start?
No. Just loved what we were both doing. Congratulations to you and partner Alex that you and I are working together, and congratulations on the Flipboard. Which is news to me. I don't know anything about Flipboard, so maybe you can give us a little bit of information on that. But he was just wanted to know our opinions on the state of the toy industry, which is a great question. And then 2, do we ever think that standalone toy stores like KB Toys or Toys R Us would make a comeback or have a spot in the future? Now, kind of on that, you have brand stores that are standalone. So like Tamashii Nations has their own store. Super 7 has one. I'm sure other people have some standalone stores. And in Japan, I'm sure they're everywhere. But in the US, it seems to be a really challenging thing to have a toy store like Toys R Us. Of course, they also didn't think the internet was going to be a success. They thought it was stupid and they were never going to sell toys online. And that could have been the beginning of their downfall. I don't know. I'm sure there's like a video about the lessons of Toys R Us, but it's weird. You have Toys R Us is technically in every Macy's, so it's still not standalone. It's just a toy section. Man, you get mom and pop stores that are doing it. That's kind of their thing. So they sell new and used. Comic book stores that will sell toys. So it's like they just, there's always some kind of iteration of it. But do you think we would ever see something like a KP Toys or a Toys R Us again?
I think you would see, if it's a smaller cell, I think so. I think Toys R Us is a harder model because it's so large. It's such a big, like it's a giant, like it's a giant department store of just toys. Other than like having like niche places, like maybe, the thing where it's like we built one Toys R Us in like Burbank or something. I think like having like a dedicated model is going to be hard, but I think you'll see. I mean, I think they have to change things up a little bit, but I think like smaller, like you said, mom and pop, or maybe somebody comes out with like a different way to do a smaller toy shop. I think real estate is an issue. I think if it can stay small and the rent is not crazy, you can do it. But I don't think you're going to get like Toys R Us's again, like these gigantic places that are just, probably lease suckers. You know what I mean? Lease money suckers. I just don't think that can happen. I don't think there's enough. But I think that toy stores will survive, like smaller, if the ask is not that big, and you can make the overhead, just like comic stores, So,
well, and it's interesting when you look at because technology is essentially the new toy for newer generations. The better tech we get, the cheaper it gets, the more that is the toy. Where you look at Best Buy, and they're eliminating a lot of stuff that was kind of their whole thing, like media, physical media. But then they're bringing in toys, lots of them. So it's weird. They just it needs whatever. So and those toys are generally hitting the our age, which I don't think
exactly.
Full store.
What about Johnny? Because you're a science guy. What about Miko Stapler's thing right here? If space is always expanding in all directions, our universe is traveling through that, why are the constellations the same points in the sky today as they were 600 years ago? Johnny, go.
Well, the 600 years ago is nothing as far as that goes.
Nothing.
In the sense of time.
It's like this.
Nothing. Fucking nothing, man. But things are expanding like this, so the perspective is the same, right? Like they're in the same, like it's still there. Like, okay, let's say Mad Hatter and I were standing next to each other, and then he just started walking that direction. I can still see him for a very, very long.
Like this.
Yeah, I can still see him. He's in the same spot. He's just going that way. So it's like perspective of a boat on the ocean. Like you can see it. The only time you can't see it is once it starts to curve because the earth is round. But yeah, so it's expanding, but it's also at a rate to our brains, and our existence on this planet is such a small fraction of time in the universe. So even though it is expanding, it's still in the same, it's so slow to our humans' existence.
If the Earth is constantly expanding, how come we don't expand with it? How come I'm not just getting fucking fatter all the time and
trust
expanding
me.
with the Earth?
You are.
Oh.
Here's a fun
right.
thing about space and its expansion is that there are sections of space that, like, the further, like, I mean, our location in space, we always think of ourselves as like the center of the universe, but that's not how that works. We're just kind of a random spot. But there are sections that are expanding so fast that even if we could travel at the speed of light to try to reach that part of the universe, we could never reach it because it's expanding so fast.
Yeah. And Brian Brink said Earth isn't in the center of the universe. It is on the same ride as the rest of the objects we are seeing in the sky.
Yeah. Put that in a chart.
Yeah. You know what, Johnny? You're fat.
Yeah,
right.
I know.
What are we all right. I think we gotta wrap it up soon here. All right. Do we want to do one more voicemail? What do you want to do, John?
We're actually out of voicemails.
We're out of voicemails. Okay. So on that note, Johnny, we haven't done a rap battle in a while. Okay, and don't do the thing where you disconnect the thing. Okay. I think we owe some kind of rap battle, don't we?
Okay.
And the rap battles always end up with me just doing the rap and you just sitting there and you don't do anything. I realize that.
We've talked about this. The fact that it takes me 2 weeks, 4 weeks to put together a rap video versus
right.
I'm going to stand in the bathroom and read it off a piece of paper. So we work differently.
I know, but it's not like my raps are any good. It's not like oh my God, how
you're a writer.
Well, no, but I'm saying off the cuff raps.
They're still good.
Okay. All right.
You ask me what's the matter. I'm on a live stream with Mad Hatter.
Oh,
and it can really suck and it can really be cruel, but we always have to establish the rule that we are still friends beginning to the ends. No matter what you say, we're streaming all day.
Oh shit. Did you guys hear Johnny's freestyle rap? He never does that.
Never.
He never does that. You guys are fucking lucky. You're lucky. Everybody who's in this chat is fucking lucky.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Damn. That was fucking hot, dude. I liked it.
Now you go.
All right. How do I compete with that?
I don't know.
All right. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Hatter. Johnny and the Hatter. Hatter and the Johnny. Johnny's been getting all the money from the super chats. I'm like, what's up with that? I shared my stories. So did he. I'm going to go get some tea at Starbucks because I got some super chat money. Maybe I'll get a little honey in my tea. So that's it. That's the only thing. That's the last thing we got to say. I'm going to leave Johnny just like his ex because maybe next week we review some Mayfex. Deuces, I'm out of here. Although I'm not because we haven't cut the stream off, so it's kind of awkward now.
Yeah, hold the pose. Oh, looks like Hatter left the chat. The image froze though. Next time or now, depending on how you're feeling, we could just alternate lines.
Yeah, we could. I'll alternate lines.
You see, you are the Hollywood.
I'm so Hollywood. But John, Hollywood. There is, before we go, okay, I do want to mention, so I did want to say this. I kind of had this is not that easy, and I wanted to say this because this is like this is like our first thing outside of Holothon, okay? I kind of had like a rough childhood, but just don't cut me off, please, because my dad wasn't that nice to me.
Well, hold on.
Hard for me to say.
Hold on. Are you being serious right now or making a joke?
No, I'm being serious. This is because I want to just talk about some childhood trauma because this has been weighing on me for a bit. And he went into my room one time, and this is the hardest part to say. Hold on.
Okay. You froze. I guess we lost him. Well, maybe next time, folks, you'll get the true story of Mad Hatter and his secrets.